Good morning. So just a real quick update video and some comments on some other carnivore videos I've been seeing since the holidays are here and temptations are all over the place. As you can see with this screen, just did a quick search that I'll comment on also. But for myself, so far, things are going well. My blood sugar is remaining stable. Haven't had any hypoglycemia where I've had to have sugar and quote unquote cheat and then work to get back into ketosis or back steady on the carnivore diet. So those are all good things. But I can say with an absolute surety that at some point I'm going to have hypoglycemia through no fault of my own, just sometimes it's uncontrollable. And I'm going to have to eat sugar, and then I'm going to have to work very hard for days up to a week to get back to it. So, why am I bringing that up? I've seen fairly a fairly large amount of videos with people who are really just being super hard on themselves. And whether you cheated at Thanksgiving or whether you have things at work and people are bringing in food for the holidays and Christmas is coming up and you're feeling that pressure of like, okay, I cheated at Thanksgiving, Christmas is going to come, I'm going to have that same pressure, I'm going to do the same things. In my opinion, again, I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know what everyone else is going through, so each person is different. But carnivore is a tool. It's not an element of your personality. It's not a measure of your self-worth, of your value to anyone. And it doesn't mean you're a fraud or a bad person if you're talking to people about carnivore or making videos about carnivore and one day you had a piece of pie or one day you slipped up and you just had to try X, Y, or Z. Everybody has those moments. No one is perfect. If you don't have those moments in carnivore, you're going to have it somewhere else in your life where you mess up or things don't go the way you wanted to, and it's just going to happen. But it's not a reflection on you as a human being. And these are the things that I try to instill in my kids because although they're still young, they're going to be exposed to social media and all these things, and they already are. And I try to drill into them daily that they're loved, that they need to love themselves, and that all these things, all these pressures that we put on ourselves do not define us. That's not what makes you a valuable person. One thing I can tell you being diabetic, just from type 1 diabetic perspective, is there are so many times when you fail. I mean, I don't remember exactly how many blood sugar readings the Dexcom takes per day. I think it's almost 200 a day or something like that. I would have to go back and look at it. But especially when I was on the higher carb diet or back when I was bodybuilding or powerlifting, there were so many times where my blood sugar was not what I wanted it to be. Some days I did everything that I thought was perfect, and my blood sugar was still crazy and wild. And as much as I hate being diabetic, I mean, I would not wish this on my worst enemy, and I really mean that. If I had put so much meaning into each number, I don't think I would be here today. I don't think I would survive. And so one thing that teaches you is just to deal with failure, and it's not even really failure, but just deal with imperfection. Things are imperfect. You are not going to be able to control your body the way a normal pancreas would, and you have to accept that and just do the best you can. There's a really good book my wife had me read, and she read it for her business called Go for No. It is geared towards business and sales, but it also deals with just the psychology of the idea of failing your way to success. And so the kind of point of the book is to go for as many no's in terms of sales. So you're contacting as many people as you can. You're trying to get as many no's as you can. And just the percentages, if you fail, let's say 10,000 times, the odds are that maybe 100 will be success. But if you didn't go for as many no's as you could, let's say you just went for 100 no's, then you only get one yes. So psychologically, if you learn to fail forward, to fail towards success, and not to just be so difficult with yourself, you will succeed. It doesn't mean you're not going to fail. It means you can fail as many times as you need to fail to figure it out. Now, with health things, obviously it gets a little dangerous. You can't fail so many times that you do permanent damage to your body, and that's important. But I'm just talking about the concept of fail your way forward. Accept the fact that you're going to fail. It doesn't make you a fraud. It doesn't make you not part of some carnivore group. If I have to add carbs in at some point because my blood sugar is extremely good, but I've lost too much weight, and maybe I need to add just a minute amount of carbs at some point, that doesn't make me not carnivore. It doesn't make me a person who gives up on the diet. It means every single person is different. So I just wanted to put that out there for the holidays because sometimes it's heartbreaking to see people just get on and be so rough with themselves, and we get taught that a lot, to be so critical from both social media and from maybe family members or whatever it might be. But no one walks in your shoes. No one walks in my shoes. I can't judge anybody that I see. I might have opinions, I might give advice, but ultimately I don't understand what path you've walked, and no one really understands what path I've walked. So just want to throw that out there. And then in that same light, I pulled up this page, so like keto friendly foods and desserts. And again, I'm just speaking for me, but this is one of the things that is just like a path to destruction for me. Because one of the things I love about carnivore is it totally changed my hormone signaling in terms of my insulin levels and leptin and ghrelin and all these signals that make your brain crave more calories, more sugar, and just eat nonstop with no end in sight. Even though some of these foods, like they say, oh, keto friendly, the flavors and the variety and the taste are all triggers. If I eat something like this, maybe it doesn't affect my blood sugar as much as a normal piece of cake, like this chocolate piece of cake. And again, I don't even know, I'm not looking into the detail of each recipe, but I'm just using examples. If I eat this and I taste those tastes, the things that it triggers in me are I want to eat more. I want to find more variety. It's like a death spiral downward. And so the fact that on the carnivore diet, I can just eat right now, like I'm eating beef, eggs, salt, and butter. It's simple. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about my insulin dosages very much because it's the same every time. It makes everything simple. So this is another thing where, at least for me, and I think it applies to a lot of people, you have to just know yourself. I'm not a person who can go down this road. Not that this would be good for my blood sugar anyway, because I don't believe any of this keto safe dessert stuff. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that it was not going to affect my blood sugar. It's a road I don't want to travel down. And most of it has things that aren't good for my body anyway. So embrace the simplicity of the carnivore diet and let your mind think about other things. When you're not thinking about food, where are your feelings coming from? What gives you purpose? What is your day like? Let yourself find something other than food to look forward to. So you don't look forward to, like, okay, what's my next meal? What's this next thing? Do that with other things in your life, your kids, your job, working out, your animals, your dogs, your cats, anything. So just wanted to throw those things out there. I actually have planned one cheat meal for Christmas. And it's a cheat meal in terms of what my normal diet is, but all it is heavy whipping cream that I'll whip into like actual whipped cream. I'll put a little bit of stevia in there for sweets, which I never eat. I don't use artificial sweeteners. But for the holidays, if I feel like having some sweet taste, in my mind, having heavy cream, which doesn't do much blood sugar wise, and a tiny bit of stevia, that's okay. If I just need to have something sweet, that's much better than eating a huge piece of cake or pumpkin pie or just going all in and having dinner with everybody else who's eating all the things that are admittedly super good. They taste very good. So maybe I'll do a video on that in terms of the heavy whipping cream and then just, a few drops of stevia just for a sweet taste, something different. That's okay. Again, I don't need to be super hard on myself. That doesn't make me not on the carnivore diet. Um, yeah, so maybe I won't even want to. It's not something I even think, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that day where I can have this heavy whipping cream and some stevia and get a sweet taste. It's only something where I have it in the house. If I want to do it, I will. If I don't, then I won't do it. And again, all the changes that happen with your hormones when you're doing this simple carnivore diet change your cravings. If you stick with it, your cravings change. Those hormonal signals to your brain change. And so, while I do plan to have some of that, thinking about it right now, and I can be totally honest, I'm neutral about it. Maybe I'll want it, maybe I won't. So I don't really make a decision like, yes, that could be a cheat, but maybe I won't even care. Maybe it'll be too much effort for me to even like whip it up and then get the stevia right so it's not too sweet or not too unsweet, and I just won't even do it. So just want to throw that out there. I hope hopefully it helps someone who is going through some tough things in the holidays. I know holidays are very tough and just for a myriad of reasons. So reach out to people who are supportive, reach out to me, make a comment on the video. I try to comment on other people's videos sometimes and just give them encouragement or whatever I can do. I don't like to sound like a person who's trying to give advice. So a lot of my comments are I just try to stay neutral and positive and just give people some support and know that there are other people out there having the same struggles. So the last thing I wanted to mention is I really appreciate people in the comments not only giving me support but also telling me about their journey, their family members, and it just not only does it help me, but I really genuinely love to hear other people doing well or other people saying, I didn't know other type 1 diabetics were doing this and this kind of will help my family member. This will help me. So I really appreciate all the comments. I try to respond to all of them. I'm sure at some point I will miss one or not have the time to, but I really make an effort to not just do a generic response, but respond to each of you. So thank you for everyone who's watched, everyone who's commented, everyone who's subscribed. Don't be shy if you want to comment. I'm not going to judge you either way. And if you say something critical about what I'm doing, I appreciate all the advice in terms of YouTube, diet, anything. I won't take it personally. So just want to throw that out there. Hang tough, do what you know is right. And if you cheat, quote unquote, just start right back up. It's not a big deal. Just get right back to where you were. You're 1,000 times better than what you were before. You just had one small mess up. So, not a big deal. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully, I'll have another update this week. Have a great day.